Hey, how are we doing, guys? Gray here, and today we are back for week number 2 of the BBR. Working with his commissioner himself, Grandmaster D.Rey. Make sure to go check him out. His link will be down in the description below. And I left that intro a little bit late, so let's go ahead and get straight on into this. I have kind of got a designated lead against their potential Samurott lead, in which that's kind of like a bit of a threat for me. What do we not see that I was kind of expecting? I don't honestly remember. But there's a lot of things here. Okay, no Sylveon. I think that was one of the things I was expecting. My Dunsparce actually goes kind of crazy because there is no Dunsparce. That's certainly something I didn't expect to say, but, you know, we move. I will lead with Serena. It's Rapid Spin, it's Bullet Seed. There's not amazing switch-ins to that. Outside, like, Decidueye, I guess, is pretty good, but, yeah, it can't Terror or anything, so it should be manageable. There is going to be a Iron Treads that will cause me some issues. In fact, the one thing that I don't want to come in on my Serena is the Thunderous. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, lock that one in, and good luck, have fun to D-Rey. I am really fucking hungry, so I certainly hope. I'm sorry, that's probably gonna pick up horribly on the mic. But yeah, I am very hungry. I worked a long day today and got home, had to prep for a game and then play it, and then there's this one as well. It's now like nearly 3 AM. Honestly, that could not be a worse lead for me. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll go ahead and we'll just go straight out into our designated switch into Sneasler. This mon is a bit of a menace, I'm not gonna lie. It does cause us some of the issues, some of the problems. If it just CCs off bat, it's fine. Don't really care too much about that. U-turn will do about 20%. If he locks himself into Shadow Claw, however, we are going to take a lot of damage. But we do know that he's locked in, and I mean, at that point we might as well just go into Roaring Moont, right, and just set up. That's if it's banded, of course. A lot of thought going into that, and yes, I used the word thought because Serena was in. Going to Crumpets. Just U-turns. Gotcha. Okay, so that put me down to 275. Yeah, get fucked. Cursed Body. Can't use U-turn now. Did 15%. So, can confirm. Just looks like it is Jolly, potentially Scarf, actually. The fact that it's U-turn makes me believe that it's not going to be any kind of setup. That is going to be you. Okay. Well, my switch in. I guess I got to bring you in on this, right? That is my switch in. That is my attempt to switch in. Ceaseless Edge is incredibly free, so yeah, we'll just go out into you. Now we're showing that Poltergeist is our switch in. I'm hoping that he's not, that he's like Ice Punch on his Sneasler and not Shadow Claw. It'd be a bit weird if he was Shadow Claw. But weirder things have happened, I guess. Ceaseless Edge, that was to be expected. You are going to take some Rocky Helmet though, sir. And I don't expect you to want to stay in. I think you potentially go out into Espeon. He's Life Orb, good to know. Maybe does stay in. Realistically, I think you go out into your Decidueye here. Once again, did not pack something for a Decidueye. How much does this Decidueye take from my attacks? Just out of interest. Because there is part of me that wants to switch, there's part of me that doesn't. You would not take a lot at all from anything that I would want to throw off. I do think it's going to be Scarf Sneasler. If I'm expecting Decidueye to come in, I could just get my rocks up, honestly. But it could also be knockoff, so... I think I'm just going to Stone Edge on this turn. Because as much as I do want him to, or do think he will switch out, I also want to try and scout this Decidueye set, because it's going to be Decidueye that comes in. We'll see roughly how much it's going to do. Around 25%, so somewhat physically defensive. Gotcha. That's fine. I do kind of want to get rid of these hazards, but at the same time I can't do that under Decidui, so that's a little tough. Maybe I should have just gone into you and started clicking buttons. I think next time that's what I'm going to do. I think next time that'll be my play. Nothing really wants to switch on a knockoff. Outside of maybe you, but then you don't want to switch on a U-turn. Do I think he goes for the grass move? Potentially. He may also just go for a U-turn. I honestly think that Dunsparce is probably going to be my best bet here. I think he probably just U-turns, if I had to guess. But he could also just knock off. Knock off is incredibly free. Just U-turns. Okay. That's not the worst thing in the world. It does allow in whatever his fighting type may or may not be. I can't remember if there is a fighting type. There's not a great deal to deal with this, from memory. Oh, Sneasler. Sneasler's his fighting type. You know, the first pick of his draft, that really threatening Mon that I really struggled to deal with. That's Sneasler. Do I think he close combats though? Le Chef? That's just you. Okay. So we know his Life Orb. Probably knock off. There is part of me that just wants to get up my rocks here. How helpful are rocks? Potentially quite helpful. How much do you do as Ceaseless Edge? Your Life Orb, Samurott. Doing a lot of calcing early game, but at the same time I think I need to do this. If you are Life Orb, Ceaseless Edge would 2-hit KO me from this range. I am just going to go hard back into Tauros. Because I think maybe a knockoff is coming out here. He may just Ceaseless Edge again. Both make a lot of sense. But he is taking chip every time he does this. I just need to get Serena in on this Mon. Which is easier said than done for sure. One thing you don't go for is a Razor Shell, right? I mean, it would be risky to bring in Landorus on this, I will admit. I don't think it's ever worth it, I think. I could just Stone Edge again. That's what I'm going to do. He's going to withdraw, that's fine. Going to see probably Decidui again. I don't think there's a need to... Like, we are still getting some kind of progress here. But I do need to defog. And that's unfortunate. That's certainly tough. I even need to... I did say next time I do that, I was going to bring in you and just click Dragon Dance, and actually I should have done that. Thinking about it now. I kind of need to get it in on this Decidui for me to be able to beat it. I think actually Lando is fine, and this will be able to at least give me some kind of momentum here. Decidui, hopefully it's not like gonna fuck me up. It shouldn't be able to one-shot me. Knockoff, that's not great, but also not the worst situation. Because I can just Sludge Bomb here, right? Sludge Bomb is very free. So yeah, I'll click Sludge Bomb. This looks like it's physically defensive, so Sludge Bomb should do at least something. OnlyFans? Okay. Good read, good read. It's Air Balloon, okay. Well, that makes sense. Ice Spinner seems very likely. Seems very likely. I could just go into the Dunsparce. I could also go into Tauros. Like, I'm struggling to keep momentum up here. Like, it's genuinely a big problem. Taking a lot of Spike's chip as well, which is less than ideal. There's the Ice Spinner. Does nothing. Gonna get hit by Rocky Helmet. You know, the usual. And this time, I think I am just going to attempt to go a bit crazy. Do I do it on this turn? I don't think I do. I think I can just get up rocks instead. Okay, well he stayed in, so I did make potentially the right play. Unless he's just slower than me? No. Volt switch. All good. That is 0. That literally did nothing. Unfortunately, I do need the Decidueye to go down for me to be able to spin at any point. Gatito, that's Espeon. Okay. This shouldn't be an issue. I'm just going to Poison Jab anyway, because this could be Screams. Yeah. Hence why I got Raging Ball. Just Poison Jab, this is 60% chance to poison? Yeah. So, strong chance of us getting it there. And I will just Roost. I think keeping this thing healthy is actually kind of crucial, weirdly enough. What's he wanting to set up with? What's he basically not shown as well? Because Sneasler could set up. Iron Treads could as well. This might be Morning Sun. Oh, it'll be Thundy. Yeah, Thundy is probably what he wants to set up here. So I would just Poison Jab again. In case he wants to switch out into the Thundy, at least getting it poisoned would be helpful. Going to this. This would be very helpful to poison. Incredibly helpful to poison. Nice. Okay. Now I am... Okay, well, it's also Rocky Helmet. Gotcha. Helmet for Helmet. You love to see that. I will now just set up rocks. If he goes back into... Yeah, I was going to say, if he goes back into the Espeon, that's just a good play. But I don't think there was ever much of a reason for him to do that. And now I think he probably knocks off. If that's the case, that's the case. I could go back into Lando and U-turn on a knockoff. I think that might be the better play. Again, I don't think Lando's the win con by any means. I'm pretty sure that Sneasler is scarfed as well, so... But getting rid of this mon would certainly be helpful. There's a knock. It's like literally doing no damage. And this time I am just going to U-turn. Because if Treads comes in... Ah, he stayed in. That's tough. To say if Treads came in, then obviously we break the balloon. But that was probably too obvious, honestly. That was probably too obvious. Tauros has probably seen as much use as it's going to get here. Yeah, I think it's about as much use as it's going to get. So if I can get one more lot of potential Rocky Helmet, it's going to be the long reach, isn't it? Just U-turns, I assume long reach? Yes. Okay. Well. I'm surprised he would have let me get that damage off. But we are somewhat positioning towards getting our Serena able to do enough damage. I don't think it ever does enough damage, I'll be completely honest here. Bullet Seed, maybe after like rocks and he switches in on a Bullet Seed. That's a possibility. Freddy, that's going to be you. Okay. Well, it is in fact time for you to go down. There is not a lot I can do to this mon. I think trading for Rocky Helmet damage is better than trading for... Okay, U-turns. So I'll break screens on something. He's gonna take Rocky Helmet for no reason. I don't know why he made that play, but sure. I'll take the extra damage. Every little bit of chip helps. I still think that thing might be scarfed. In comes Hooters. So it's gonna take rocks, it's gonna take a bit of everything. We are gonna go down to the Rocky Helmet, I believe. Gets rid of the screens. We go down to Rocky Helmet. We go down to Rocky Helmet. Okay. That's honestly not the worst thing in the world. I think now you are in range of Bullet Punch. And by Bullet Punch, I mean Bullet Seed. They're basically the same, right? Basically the same. I also can just go Lando. And click Rock Slide. Yeah. I mean, I'd go Lando ahead. Because I kind of need to force this thing to die. I'll be honest. Yeah, he's going to withdraw. This time he's going into the treads, right? Yeah. Can we land the Rock Slide? So next time I can just click a button. Please land. Love to see it. Okay, so next time I can just click Earth Power, right? Kinda. Kinda, sorta. Do I think they're gonna rapid spin? The Sidgewai dies now. Honestly, I think this is the best time, if any, to try and get my Serena in. How much are you taking from an Ice Spinner? Does Ice Spinner? Okay, well, I misplayed. That hurts. Okay, well, you hate to see that. You can still potentially come in and spin later. So instead I'm going to go to the Dunsparce. And by the Dunsparce I mean just regular Dunsparce. Kind of surprised that he switched here. You're going to die to Rocks plus Poison, right? Okay, so Sidgewai's gone. What can I actually spin on at this point? Is there anything slow on his team? I don't think there is. You got Sneasler, you got Treads, you got Fundy. You got Espeon. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to spin on anything. And that was actually kind of the mon that I wanted to be in for me to be able to set up with Treads, with the guy, the mon. He really wants me dead. He really wants me dead. I am just going to go into Poltergeist on this. If I'd stuck with Scarf, I'd been in a much better spot right now. However, I did not stick with Scarf. I have no reason to stay in here, so he probably just does U-turn. But the Rock's chip is kind of adding up a little bit at least. He does just U-turn. Now what does he want to go into? I guess it could still be Treads. If Treads comes in... If Treads comes in, then I expect a knockoff. And a knockoff would kill me from here. Like, he's probably getting annoyed that he isn't getting any poisons. Actually, no, it doesn't. Does Covert Cloak? It's only secondary effects of the ability, of the move, not the ability, even. So, yeah, he's getting a little bit unlucky, I think, that he isn't getting Poison Touch. Something I didn't even think of. I just wanted to be able to not be put to sleep or paralyzed by the funny move. Okay, so this is his switch in, or what he's going to bring in. Honestly, I kind of want to just Shadow Ball. I don't think he can kill me. How much do I do against this mod? Thunderous. I mean, I doubt I do that much. A Shadow Ball actually does do quite a lot. Does do quite a bit. I'm just going to Shadow Ball here. Yeah, he agilities. This is exactly why what I wanted to not happen against me, so he is somewhat bulky. Good to know. But I do just Shadow Ball again. Really don't have much of a reason to do anything else. He can Dark Pulse me if he's got Dark Pulse. But if he's Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, he won't do enough. I assume maybe Terra Blast as well, depending on whether he's flying or not. And Dunsparce can still beat this afterwards. I don't have to do any. I don't have to sack anything here. But he would effectively lose his Thundy just here and now. Yeah, we live that. Curse Body as well is actually really nice. And we get a roll. Okay, nice. Poltergeist wasn't here to take this mon on, but it's gone ahead and it's just beaten the Thunderous, his Terra Captain. So things you love to see. So if I can get Roaring Moont in. If I can get Roaring Moont in on what would possibly have to be this, right? You would assume it would have to be this. I will Strength Sap in case he somehow doesn't kill me. And I mean, how much am I taking from from Treads, I should say, with an Ice Spinner? Because I don't outspeed Jolly. This is going to come in. Okay. So this actually does give me a Dragon Dance. This would give me a Dragon Dance. But it will also give them Reflect. So let me just have a look. +1. With Reflect up, we don't do enough to Treads. But I think I've got no other option. I think this is the time to do it. This like has to be the time to do it, basically. Gonna take a little bit from the spikes. Use up our booster. And if he reflects, then I can actually just Dragon Dance a second time. So yeah, we DD. And we hope for the best. Like, Roaring Moont could definitely win here if the situation is right. Because I assume that he'll reflect. If we get to +2... I mean, I actually outsped this. So it must be fairly bulky. Yeah, there's a reflect. At +2... Why is... I just got a DD again. Like, I think he's just kind of given me the game, potentially. I don't know how much that Treads has taken. For sure, like, at +2, it takes a hit. Sorry, with my booster, maybe not. No, it wouldn't at this point. Psychic should do a decent amount. Yeah, it's a good amount, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Did I forget a Pokemon? Yes, I did. I forgot about that. Yep. Good job, me. I forgot about the potential Sucker Punch. Mind games that could come out with the Ceaseless Edgemon. Because it is Life Orb. Good job, me. Forgetting things exist. However, if he doesn't have Sucker for some reason, we'd be in a great spot. I'm hoping that he just goes Treads first. Like, he is thinking about it, but maybe this is just mind games, so I'm not going to think too much about it if he goes into Samurott after. Like, what other moves could you have? Ceaseless Edge, Sucker Punch, Razor Shell, maybe Aerial Ace is the last move. Would make sense for Serena and for Tauros. Actually goes into this first. Unless you're like super defensive, I think you do actually just die to this. I do think it's my play regardless to try and kill this mon. You wouldn't know that I had Earthquake, actually, so... If I had Roost, then he would have just lost. Like, just straight up lost immediately. He does die to that, nice. So one of the things that outspeeds Lando is gone. Could have Aqua Jet, so, you know, that's a thing. Yeah, this mon comes in. It's to be expected. You could have Sucker. You could definitely have Sucker. But, like, this dies. If he has Ice Punch, this dies. If he doesn't have Ice Punch... I think I've just got to go for this. He'll take the Life Orb chip. Aqua Jet doesn't do enough. You'd love to see that. Okay, so he wasn't Sucker. Sucker would have killed me there. So I think now Roaring Moont does clean up the game. Did have to think about that one, because if I died on that turn... If I died on that turn and he was able to get his Sneasler in afterwards, like, I would have to try and preserve my Dunsparce, because Dunsparce actually would have become the win con. If this thing is choice locked, then I believe it would be choice Scarf to outspeed +1, right? So if that was the case, then I would have to bank on him locking into a move that either couldn't kill my Landorus or couldn't kill my Dunsparce. So there would have been some pivoting around that would have had to get done. But I'm very glad that that's not the case, as this will just die to acrobatics. And Roaring Moont clutches up. Man, what a game. Well played to D.Rey. He made some fantastic reads during that game. The one mistake he made was going into his Espeon. because Espeon gave me that setup. Nothing else on his team gave me that setup. So outside of Samurott, but I forgot about Samurott's existence. So, you know, that's the thing. It could also have been Sacred Sword as the last move, but I assume it was Ceaseless Edge, Aqua Jet, Razor Shell, and then just filler as the last move. But if you did enjoy the battle, we do go to 2-0, by the way. BBR does do us kind. We go to 2-0, beat Dell week 1. Spoilers, if you haven't seen it, you should have already seen it by now. But we beat Dell, we beat D.Rey. We're going through this admin team at a rate of knots. And I can't remember, I think we face Owen next week, so another person on the admin team. And then we get to face Vepsis, which is going to be a absolutely fantastic game. I'm looking forward to it so much. I'm looking forward to every game this season, honestly. But there's two people that I haven't played for a long time, being Vepsis and being Dr. Slacking. Not played them forever, they are on my schedule, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, Roaring Moont continues to go absolutely crazy. I think it's now 6-0 in 2 games. And if you did enjoy the video and all the thought process and the probably boringness that you had to endure there, do leave a like, sub, so you don't miss out on both BBR, PPL, there's PBA, there's ICP, there's so many leagues. GBA is coming up as well, but at least I'm an assistant coach on that and I don't have to upload. So, yeah. Until the next one, have a great day, guys. Peace.